Hi everyone, welcome back to North-Brabant here on Farm Sim 15. We are filling up our fertiliser, as you can tell. Let me just bring up the HUD and we will crack on. So we've got a couple of jobs to do today, and I will start by telling you what they are. So first off, the fields we seeded last time. Field 8 and what was it? Field 3. Just going to give them a bit of fertilisation, so then we're happy that those fields have been covered and there's nothing more we need to do there. So I managed to finish these offline, so I didn't bore you with it any further. So let's just get this going. There we go, pretty much flat out on this. So yeah, this is the big field. We're going to get this fertilised as quickly as possible. Oh, we'll also bring that liner in as well. So yeah, we're going to get this fertilised. I think we're also going to get field 3 in front of us fertilised if we have enough. And then we're going to have a look at other things. So the other tasks we need to do are 1. Collecting a load of grass. So field 2 is still growing, so we've got field 10 and field 4 potentially we can cut and collect. So that's a task we need to do. As you can see, there's a downed tree in the corner there. Wood chip is still on offer, but we pretty much did a lot of wood chip last time, and I'm sure you're pretty all bored of it. So I'll probably do that offline. I'm going to start clearing that down, and also on field 11 in the corner we had that grassy patch which we were going to put an orchard, and I've started to plant a bit of an orchard. Of course, what I then need to do is clear out the old trees which we don't need and replace them with fruit trees. So I've planted a few apple trees, which is cool. Field 4 there, I'm also going to potentially bring some fruit trees in there, so we might have some cherries and some pears in there. So we're going to plant that in that field 4 right there. So that's cool. That's 2 of the tasks we have today. So collect grass. Oh no, 3 actually, isn't it? We need to collect the grass, finish the fertilisation, and have a look at tidying up around the orchard and making up the orchard first. On top of that, we're also going to get some lumber stuff done. We may not have time to do all this, but this is what the list of tasks I have in mind anyway. I need to get some lumber done. And obviously we're doing a lot of wood chip, which is fine, but we might as well get some actual proper lumber done and see how much that pays. Because we've had the bonus for the wood chip, we've sold a lot of wood chip recently, and of course that is, even though with the high demand, it is driving down the cost, which is fine. We'll still zip and chip up everything else, all the little bits and pieces, all the scrub wood and branches. We'll still clear that down. That's not a problem. Okay, so we've got both these fields to do, and we're down to 61% already. So I don't think we're going to do it in one load, which is a bit disappointing. Let's just widen our arc a little bit. Yep. So we'll get this done. Oh, I'm missing a patch, but that's okay. Yeah. Alright, that's a little problem is if you try and close it up. There we go. Brilliant. Yeah. So previously I'd mentioned that my parents had bought a new house and they were going to have some people come in to take a couple of trees down and do some chipping, and they did that, and it was amazing. They do it so well. They just like literally go up the tree, lop off the branches, so you got the main trunk just sitting up there, and then they start cutting that and let it drop on its own, and they drop it in such a tight area. It's phenomenal. Huge tree, and you know they drop it within a couple of meters. Amazing. And anything which is, you know, less than, I don't know, your arm thick, they basically just chuck into this chipper which just munches everything up. It was amazing. and just spits it out with no trouble whatsoever. And so they've got these huge pile of wood chips sitting in their yard, which is amazing. And you know, within, not only was the smell amazing, oh, absolutely, it's all sort of sweet and I can't really describe it. Obviously, it's the sap and the tree itself. It's absolutely gorgeous smell. But yeah, you know, you literally within a day put your hands a couple of inches under the wood chips, and it was so warm. Now it's been a week and a bit. You dig down, you open it up, and the steam is rising. It's slowly cooking in there. It's amazing. You'd be surprised how much temperature wood chips can get to. That's why I guess you have so many fires at wood chip yards. You probably don't know. You may not know that, but yeah, they do have quite common fires, just because of all the wood chips. They just generate such a heat down in the core of all the wood chip pile. Incredible amount of heat. I'm sure when we start to clear that down, we might find a few grass snakes in there and a few longworms trying to get away. Now we've gone into autumn. It's all gone a bit chilly, so I'm sure they'll find anything warmth. And a nice warm wood chip pile, oh, they'll be straight in there. Be like central heating for snakes. They will love it. Is a slow worm a snake? I think it's a lizard rather than a snake, isn't it? Anyway, you get the idea. I think we only have a couple of snakes in the UK. We have the grass snake, and we have the adder. The adder's poisonous, but not like super dangerous poisonous. And then we have longworms, which I think are legless lizards. Not as in drunk lizards, just lizards without legs. Clearly, I didn't need to explain that. I'm sure you were well ahead of me there. But yeah, so that should be interesting to see if we find any of them. Okay, 18, 17. Right, we'll go back and get some fertilization, some more fertilizer, then we'll just finish that edge. And then we'll go and do field 3. Sorry, why do I keep calling it 7? It's field 3. Jeez. And then we've got item 1 off our task list, which is fantastic. I'll tell you what, if ever I want to be productive, I get myself a little list and things fly by. Look, you can see I've already set the class up with the mower on the front. We're going to get the forage wagon on the back. Get that going. But before we do that, I'll also show you what how I plan to set out the first orchard. That should be quite interesting. Oh, they drive so slow. So I'll just pull onto our lane here and sort of zip past them. Okay. Hang on a patch. Field 9's ours. Did we buy Field 9? It's still in the ploughed state. Oh, I say. I'd forgotten all about Field 9. Now that's not very good, is it? What kind of farmer doesn't know what land he's got? Okay, so we got Field 9. We might look to do some work on Field 9 next time. Okay, awesome. I must have bought that and now not realising it. Wonder how long that's just been sitting there, not doing it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You know, sometimes it's good to leave the land alone, just to let it recharge a little bit. Let nature do its natural recharge of all the nutrients and stuff in the soil. That's cool. Getting the grass as well. There's a fertilizer on the grass. It's fantastic. Bit of a waste, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've got 50 grand in the bank, more or less. We're £8 short actually, but what's £8? Yeah, it's good. It's a good lunch actually, isn't it? £8. Get yourself a nice sandwich and a pack of crisps and And a drink of that. Okay, anyway. So let's mosey on over here. Field 3. Oh god, these fields are big, aren't they? So we'll get this one done as well. And then we'll be happy that all our fields have been fertilised, which is good. And then we've only got field 9 left to potentially let's get rid of the HUD. 9 left to actually do some work on. So we'll have a look and see what we want to plant on there. And we'll get that one done as well. Obviously, the next thing we want to really upgrade on the farm is the combine. And we'll probably get the class, or sorry, the case, or yeah, probably the case will be the first one. We'll probably jump 2 and go to the case, which should be a nice combine to have. Bigger capacity, bigger cutting width, should save us a load of time, which would be grand. Whoops, haven't done that particularly well. Aye. Okay. We got away with it, kind of. Right, we'll do that down the field. We should maybe 3 passes. That'd be quite nice if we could get this all done and dusted in 3 passes. That would be superb. I'm just going to zoom out a bit so I can get a nice feel for the spread. I'm missing patches, but you know, it's as accurate as it needs to be. We're not going to lose a huge amount in that tiny little bit of unfertilised strip of ground, so that's fine. Anyway, so what else we got to do? So as I said, the orchard. Now field 2 up there, the grass field you can see, we were going to plough that and put another field on there, but thinking of moving field 4 into an orchard. I think we might keep field 2 as a grass meadow, so we can keep going with food and silage for the animals, and also silage for potentially the biogas plant as well. So yeah, I think we're going to keep those fields as a grass meadow. Now that we've got field 9 especially, we don't really need that extra fields as such. So with that, the combine that we've already discussed, we want to get the upgrade done, which is cool. Also, I thought we might, and these might go on field 4 as well, or potentially I'll have a look where best located we may be able to put. My English is like Yoda's at the moment, isn't it? I'm looking into maybe getting a few greenhouses when we get some more money, because then we can start putting the manure in there and we can get some tomatoes going as well. So that'd be quite cool. I'm all about trying to get the veggies going now. So we're going to get the fruit and the veggies going, plus all the crops and the animals. I think we can then consider ourselves quite a varied farm, and I'll be pleased with that. Right. Let's just tidy up this really weird little corner. Yeah, it's a really weird field, isn't it? I was thinking about taking this little corner bit off this field, and doing this now, I'm thinking more and more about doing that, because it's a silly little edge of the field, which we could potentially just get rid of. Okay. Done and done. Cool. Right, let's get this back to the yard. Oh, a little bit heavy on the back, actually. Front is light. Something to bear in mind as we blast through this little lane. There's always traffic. It's never clear. Okay, we're in. Our actual garden could use a bit of tidying up as well, couldn't it, really? But never mind, it's okay. Alright, so we've got the manure heap there, so potentially Well, as long as we've got a little front loader, it doesn't really matter where we park it. Right, so let me just jump out of there for a second, switch the engine off, and we'll hop over to the JCB. Now here's the JCB. We've got a log fork on there. Obviously we've just got a trailer here. And this is an apple tree. This is not, and that needs to come down. That's an apple tree, that's an apple tree. That's an apple tree, that ain't. That ain't, that is. That is, that ain't. That is, that is, that ain't. That isn't, that is. And you get the picture. So this is coming to the end. So we could potentially do this little bit as well, but I think I might leave those trees as they are. It's just this little bit I want to have like 2 rows of trees going down. I don't want to have 3. We could potentially sneak a third in there, but it may impact the AI as it drives around in the various vehicles. So I don't know. I guess we could always set the combine and stuff going this way and around, so it never has. We could potentially have 3 rows of trees, but say for example that one and this one we need to definitely bring down, and the one just about there with the blade. I'm not going to do them now, but that's another job we have, to bring those down, tidy this up. We're gonna chip all the scrub bit of leaves and all that nature, but all the main bulk of the trunk and the big branches, we are actually going to start taking in some lumber, which should be quite nice. We've got the fork on there, and I have purchased a trailer, which is actually over at the let's reset it. Actually, it's over at the farm now. It was over at the shop, but there it is now. So I might just go and take that over there. So it's out of the way, and then we can get on and cut some grass. Oh, I need to buy a trolley for that, don't I? Yes, I need to buy a trolley for it. Tippers. Oops, no, sorry, that one. Trolleys or dollies. Dollies, not trolleys. Trolley dollies. It's all the same to me. It's all the same to me. You may think, hey, you don't seem quite yourself today, and that's probably because I've had a long weekend in Cardiff watching the rugby, which was fantastic, and I got back 2 AM on Monday morning, and then having to do a tough day's work at work, clearly, and then as you imagine, I am absolutely shattered. So I'm aware that there's been no videos, so I am trying to get some videos done tonight. They will be obviously half-conscious videos because my brain really is just not there today. Absolutely shattered. It's probably going to take me now that really. Now that I'm in the 30s, it's probably going to take me the best part of a week to recover from that. It's not like when you're in your 20s and your late teens where you can literally just go out every night, not a problem, nothing impacts you, it's just boom, 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 done. Right, we could probably use the other tractor for this trailer because this is a little bit heavy for the same, but it's okay, it's okay. So these trees have got to come down, so we've got an entrance in here as well. And so yeah, we'll probably leave this bit of orchard tidying up till next time. Right, now let's jump into our brand new class, which is amazing, the Exile 950, and we'll just bring that back onto our forage wagon here. Clunk. Should we just switch our computer on? Menu. Yeah, I think that's what he does. Brilliant. Okay, let's go. Don't really know what I'm doing, but it just looks cool. Stick our old beacons on, and we can roll. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that cluster rolling. God, so they always come out. Try and ninja you as you step out of your front door. Okay, here we go. Field 10. This'll do. This'll do, pig. This'll do. Nicely grown. We want to get obviously the full-on mowers eventually. That would be good. Mower down. Down. Okay, we are good to go. And this is going like a bat out of hell. Brilliant. Take us no time at all to do all this. Bring the HUD up so I can actually see what I'm doing, rather than just having to rely on the inspector mod in the corner there. While we're here, actually, we can do a little visual inspection of the sheep, which should be grand. There you go. I didn't want to switch off for a second. Okay, this doesn't turn terribly tightly. So we're going to have to sort of fudge it a little bit. But that's okay, yeah. If we can get the, when we get a bit of cash, I think it's 55 grand to get the rear butterfly mowers, which would be sweet. We also have the liner over there, which we could also use, which will save us well, not save us a fortune, but it will save us time if we're going to use the 3 mower setup. We can then rake it into line and just collect it all in one go, without having to go back and forth over 3 lines of grass, which would be a huge time saver. You see, this thing does not turn sharply, so I'm going to have to do like a double S. I can't get around there, so we'll just... Blimey. Maybe the little same would have been a bit more ideal suited for this. I didn't bring it because, you know, that forage wagon fully loaded is going to be bloomin' heavy. I thought we needed the muscle of our new tractor, and the fact it's our new tractor, and I wanted to drive it. Should we crack open a door? Yeah. Woof, get the fresh air in. What's that? Oh, it's a little sun blind. Oh, that's sweet. So it's giving us a warnings light on the dash saying stop, stop, stop. It's all right. It's just that the door's open. We're not worried. Alright, we're going to do a double back on ourselves. And away we go. So we're already 20% full, which is grand, and we've done a on our 4th stripe now. Got quite a big field to do. As I say, this is where it really comes into its own. If we could get the 3 butterfly mower set up, we should be able to zip through this in no time, line it, then pick it up. I know you're doing technically one more action, but it should actually be quicker in the long run, I believe. The other good news, we're going. It's all around my parents' house at the moment because that's what I'm doing in my spare time, helping them out. My dad's bought himself a little sit-on tractor, brilliant to do, and a trailer. It's not like a proper tractor; it's just one with a grass cutter on the bottom, and you can hitch up a little trailer at the back as well. It looks really cool. Can't wait to have a go. It's a Suffolk Punch. It's not the one he was going to go for, but literally, he went into the dealership to have a look at the ones he was going to have a look at. I can't actually remember the make of the ones he was going to look at. West something, I think it was. And this little one was in there. And this Suffolk Punch was in there. And it's the same spec as the one he was looking at, but obviously it's Suffolk Punch make rather than the make he was looking at. And it wasn't the one that the actual dealers do, but somebody had part exchanged it because they couldn't get on with it. And they'd part exchanged it for one of those non-sit-on ones, but are self-propelled, like a normal mower, but they're self-propelled ones, and they usually have a weight as well, or a roller, should I say? Yeah, so they brought this in, and they'd only literally had it for 2 hours, and they didn't like it. I think basically they probably realised that it was too big for their garden or whatever. So yeah, they'd exchanged it, and they were sitting there, you know, pretty much brand new, bar 2 hours. And so my dad had a word, and he got that with the trailer. All for like 400 quid less than what he was going to pay for the same spec tractor as well, which was pretty sweet. So he's got that, and no doubt we're going to be playing with that all weekend, which will be great. The grass will never be as mowed as often until we get bored, that is. So that's quite cool. Which also helps with the little trailer, so we can actually pull some of the wood around, because that's quite heavy. And you can lift it and just about throw some of the stuff around, but yeah, you really don't want to be moving that any distance. Not good for your hands trying to grip onto that, and especially your back and your legs and arms. So that would be pretty sweet. Can't wait to have a bit of fun with that. And then I can almost pretend I'm farming on the little sit-on tractor. That'd be amazing. It really is just one of those big kids ones with an engine, isn't it? That's what it is. You know, the actual kids ones actually are like battery powered. And these sit on, and they got battery power to pull them along. It's basically an adult boy's toy of that, isn't it? But can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Typically gets it, and it just pours down in rain. You can be used all year round. Doesn't matter. You can cut during the wet. The actual tractor doesn't have a problem with that at all, but I do. I don't want to be out in the cold and wet, especially when I'm tired and feeling miserable anyway, because I need some sleep desperately. How are we doing? We are doing quite well. We've got probably about a third, or maybe a bit over that, of this field done, and we're only at 60% capacity. That is awesome. I'm getting a bit dizzy though. So what I might do, we might do a couple more passes, and then we'll check the sheep, just to let our head settle a bit, because we're getting a bit seasick. Right, door's annoying me, or the light's annoying me, telling me to stop every 5 seconds, so not going to worry about that anymore. Is there a fill gauge on that, I wonder? I'm not seeing one, if there is. Oh, one of the other things I meant to say was thank you ever so much for all your suggestions around the map potential for the server. I know a lot of people have said, oh, I quite like it. For the single player, the majority of people have said, oh, stay with it for now, because you're just getting good. You're just starting to get moving on the farm. You know, you just basically got through the starter setup. So we'd like to see the farm really develop, which is fine. Yep, happy with that. But the multiplayer server, I've pretty much decided we are going to swap the map now. So let's just pop that there. The sheep look happy. They've got plenty of grass and silage. How's the water, which is the most important thing? Yes, they've got water. And we've got a little bit of wool as well. Does that give me any stats if I walk into that? No. Okay, that's fine. That was the main thing, to make sure they were... But I can see the productivity is 110%, which is great. But I just want to make sure that they have got enough water. Next time we will get the water and some more food out to all the animals to make sure that's okay. We'll also check on the But having a slight issue between the V and the C key. I managed to hit right between them and hit both of them twice in a row. That's something special, that is. Okay, I've probably bored you to death cutting grass and fertilising fields today, and my gibberish, which has probably made no sense at all. But normal service will be resumed next time once I've had some sleep, and I'm firing on at least 50% cylinders. Yeah. This is how I am when I've had sleep deprivation. I'd be rubbish in a war situation if I was taken prisoner. A bit of sleep deprivation. Well, even if I did talk, to be fair, they wouldn't have a clue what I was on about because it doesn't make sense at all. But I guess that's quite a good safety mechanism. But yeah, I'll probably fill this load up and then call it a day. Next time we can look at, first off we'll start off doing all the animals, so we'll make sure they're all fed, watered, and bedding has been cleaned and re-provided. And then we're going to have a look at that little orchard and see if we can get that moving. We will need to buy a little trailer for that. So basically it's it's about £7 grand, it's a fruit picking trailer. And once the fruit is on the trees, ready for picking, you basically drive under the trees, and the fruit trailer will start stacking them in the actual boxes in the trailer, which is quite neat. So that's how we harvest them. We've already got the fruit sale at the area near the grain yard, so that's quite cool. So we can sell them there. And yeah, so we can see how much that will bring in. If that's quite positive, then we'll, as I say, develop field 4 into a bigger fruit orchard with pears, cherries, plums, you name it, we can have it there. And we'll also look into getting potentially a greenhouse or two, and start doing some veg as well, which would be quite good. Okay, we are done. Is that done? Okay, brilliant. That is done. She's done. And that's almost half the field, isn't it? So that's quite good. That is quite good. We can get almost half a field in one go with this forage wagon, so that is pretty sweet. I'm happy with that. We are a little bit wide. We can just about squeeze through there. Back to the farm. Right. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. It's been a bit of just a catch-up one, really, because it feels like it's been an age, but it probably hasn't. It's probably just my tiredness talking. So we've got some silage in there, and we've got some grass in here, which is grand. So I'll probably finish that field offline. Oh, you know I won't. Will I? I don't know. What I'll probably do, I'll leave it for now, and we can start on, as I said, the chores that I've just laid out with the orchard and the animals next time. And we can use the rest of that field as a little 5-minute excursion should we need to fill a little bit of time waiting for crops to grow, etc, etc. So that's quite good. It's not going to grow so fast that we not need worry. And field 6 there is also almost ready to go. So field 6, this is one we could potentially also develop into half a greenhouse area and half a orchard as well. So if I just bring up the orchard section before we go, placeables, we can have apple trees, pear trees, go this way. Obviously we got the strawberries in the greenhouse there, which is quite good. We've got oranges, I think. Plums, possibly. Cherries. They are the fruits we have on offer. And of course, we also have the usual... Oh, the bees. I forgot all about the bees. And we've got the tomatoes, the lettuce as well. Not really worried about these trees at the moment because that's not what we want to be planting. But yeah, so we've got some potential. Wouldn't mind getting this area nicely developed into that. So we might have this little greenhouse section. Then we'll have some orchards around it to try and keep it hidden as well. That'd be quite nice with some trees there. Sorry, with some bees near the trees. That's difficult to say. Didn't mean for it to rhyme or anything. But so the bees near the trees will be awesome because we need them to pollinate, obviously, the flowers to get the fruit, and it's all one big happy process. So I'm going to bring this to a rambling conclusion because my brain's scrambled. You've known that from minute one, but I've struggled on. Anyway, I'll leave it there with the beautiful class as the backdrop. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it's been an absolute jumble, but a bit will sleep, and I'll be back on cue next time. So I'll see you then.